Hey guys, Movie Junkie for Life, and this is going to be my best of 2017. My top 5 films out of a list of a lot of good films we got this year that I wouldn't mind rewatching time and time again because they're just that good. So, enjoy! 2017. A year where we got more good movies than bad ones, thank God. We had blockbuster films, we had original content, we had so much stuff to choose from. So I had to whittle it down to my top five. Before I get into my top five, I just want to name some films that I thought were really good this year that stood out for me. And those movies were Split, Get Out, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, Wind River, What Happened to Monday, American Made, Blade Runner 2049, Thor Ragnarok, and Life. Those films I think were excellent films. Some of them managed to give us stuff that we haven't seen before. Some of them were from franchises that have already been established, but they just added to the quality of those franchises. And all of them were entertaining on different levels and just fed the movie junkie in me. And I can't wait to revisit them again. But on my top five, I'm going to start with my number five here. And it's a movie that it's a genre I don't really cling to. It's a genre I don't really seek out. But when it's directed by Christopher Nolan, you know you have to check it out. And that's Dunkirk. Dunkirk tells the story of some soldiers that have been trapped on a beach and are trying to get home, and they are being kept there. They're being picked off one by one by the German soldiers during, I believe this is World War II. And what I loved about this film, besides the visuals, because we all know Nolan can do visuals in his sleep, is this movie showed me a side of war that you don't really get to see in films a lot. We do get the soldier's story, we do get the soldier's journey, but this movie wasn't so much about what it is about being a soldier and more about what it is about being a human being, and you're fighting a battle that is losing. You're trying to survive. You just want to get home, which is the ultimate goal for all soldiers. You just want to go home. And it shows us what people will do to survive. Sometimes they make decisions that they're going to have to live with. Sometimes they can be heroes, but overall, we're just all people. We're all just human, and we just want to survive. We just want to get back to our loved ones. Dunkirk is a movie that you can watch over and over again, and I think you'll get something out of it every time you watch it. I even heard fans made a silent black and white version of it that I have to see. And I'm sure watching it like that, it's going to give you a whole new perspective on this film. Nolan does it again. And if you can get somebody who is not into specific genre to really love a film, you know you're doing something right. So definitely Dunkirk makes my top five list. My number four is a movie by a director who, another one that I always seek out. If I hear his name is attached to something, I'm definitely going to watch it because you know what? I know I'm not going to be disappointed. And that's Baby Driver, directed by Edgar Wright. Here we have a movie that is very stylized, and music has a huge part to play in how this film flows. And I loved it. This is one of those movies I was tapping my feet while I was watching the film. And it's very colorful. It's very, how to put it almost like it has a beat to it while it's going on. There's always something that you can see in the background in the opening sequence. There's so much to see that's going on that you're gonna have to watch it more than once. I promise you've missed stuff there. The acting here is fun. Everybody, you could tell, is having a blast with this film. And while it's not a perfect film for me in the sense that the romantic angle didn't quite work as well for me, overall, this is a movie, like I said, it was something original. And in a world where what we get is mostly franchises and sequels and reboots, it's so refreshing to get something you haven't seen before, and Baby Driver delivers on that. Again, this is one of those movies that I find I'm going to be revisiting from time to time, and it's one of those films that I think it's a good way to introduce people to Edgar Wright is to show them Baby Driver. If they love this, they're going to love everything else he's ever done. My number three, again, I'm a genre lover, my favorite genre being horror. Those who know me know I adore horror movies. And we got a lot of good horror films this year. But the one that turned out to be a blockbuster hit was Stephen King's It, the theatrical release of this movie. We've seen it done before as a miniseries, and Tim Curry gave us a Pennywise that gave a lot of children nightmares. I have a lot of friends who tell me stories about not being able to shower after seeing that movie for like at least a couple weeks. Here we have Bill Skarsgård giving us a Pennywise for this generation, and I love that he made this character his own. This is definitely a much creepier version of Pennywise, and I think it works really well. The kids here also sell this movie. Just like in the first one, in the miniseries, the kids are the strength of this film. They are what you want to see them succeed. What they're going through is horrifying. And while the movie does not touch on everything that's in the book, because that's a huge ass book, they do manage to give you enough that you're invested and you want to see what happens to them as they grow into adulthood. So, Stephen King's It is another one of those films that I'm going to be revisiting, at least this version, and it's my number three. My number two is Logan. Now, this is a movie. Why I love this film so much is because, like Captain America Winter Soldier, it defies the genre that it's supposed to be in. Yes, it is a superhero movie, but it is so much more than that. It feels like a western. At times, it feels post-apocalyptic. It's a dramatic telling. It's a father and son movie, and it shows us a much older version of Wolverine, a Wolverine who's been worn down by loss. He's no longer as much of a badass. He's still a badass, but his abilities aren't working the way they're supposed to. And he's trying to take care of Professor Xavier, who also, because of his age, his abilities have now become a danger to those around him. There's so much symbolism in this film. There is so much to dissect and to take in. And the beautiful thing about this movie is superhero fans, mainstreamers can just watch it and take it in as a Wolverine movie. While if superhero movies are not your thing, Logan is so much more than that. Logan is a drama, it's action, it's thrilling, it's suspenseful, it's touching, it's heartwarming, and it's a perfect send off for a character as iconic as Wolverine. And that brings me to my number one. Another superhero film, but this one, a lot of people had it that it would fail. We didn't think that the actress in the main role could pull it off. I was one of those people who were doubtful that she could pull it off. And now, can you picture anyone else but Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman? I don't think so. Wonder Woman is an amazing movie, at least for me. While I admit it's not perfect, the third act is not strong at all. What this movie managed to do, this movie gave me what I wanted from Man of Steel. This movie gave me a hero full of hope, full of should I love, and while she did feel loss, she did feel anger, she felt all those things, she always felt fun and hopeful. She saw the world in a way that nobody else did because she wasn't from this world. And they gave us a female superhero movie, guys. They gave us a female lead superhero movie, and it worked. This is one of the number one blockbuster superhero films of all time in terms of the money it made. And it made me, it's now, because of this movie, I think we're finally going to get acknowledgement from Hollywood that female superhero films can work once they are well done. Wonder Woman here, this is a character, not, she's for the ages, so young girls, older women, everybody can get something from this character. And I think even guys, the guys I know enjoyed this film. Granted, they'll probably put Logan as their number one, but for me, it is Wonder Woman because she managed what Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot managed to do with this movie is they everybody who thought they would fail, they proved them wrong. And I am so happy to see that they did it. And I'm looking forward to Wonder Woman 2. I'm looking forward to more of this character. I'm hoping I get a Black Widow movie. I'm hoping I get so much more female driven films to show that these characters are more than just sexy chicks in tights. They can be as big as Superman and Batman, maybe even bigger. So Wonder Woman is my number one and my best of 2017. And that's going to be it for me, guys. So bring on 2018, and until next time, bye bye.